Whoa, it preserved me sharing my screen?
Looks like it.
That's really weird.
Oh no, Brandon.
Brandon, where are you? He hates us.
That seems true.
That seems 100% true. It is the most truest thing I have ever said. Hans, you're at a different place. You're not in the middle of a mall this time.
Oh,
Oh, hello. Good morning.
that ended quick.
Yeah, I had to find a better place for power. So,
Hey, let me move my screen so I'm looking at you guys.
Cool. Where is the Windows?
Now,
Oh
I'm gonna
god.
look at Trello. I'm not gonna be looking at the camera. So then what's even the point?
You're good. Let's do it.
okie dokie.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I got the new ship UI stubbed out last night. I filled in all of the tasks that need to be done for the giant UI gargantuan 21 that we have. Carl, I will need to go through with it with you as well because I think you're going to be the UX signer offer person. And that was it. So I did a lot of work on the ship stuff, and it's looking pretty good so far. We're getting power working right now, me and Will. Today I'm gonna finish as much as I can of the UI stuff. I'm just gonna keep plugging away at all of them. It's a giant list, so there's no real set order that I have to do them in. So it's just as things block balancing the game, I will do the UI for that so that I can unblock myself from the other task. And that's what I'll prioritize unless someone else hits me up with something that they're blocked by from the UI, and then I'll prioritize that. So I'll just chug away at it. I pick Hans.
So we were going to go through, make sure we go through and touch on all the cards that that we're champions on. So let's
Okay,
just
yeah.
quickly do
So
that.
as the champion of the UI card, that's where it is right now. It's blocking the other card, which is um, balance pass on the game. I've got a couple other UI things that I'm champion of, which is fixed seat of ships. That's gonna be implemented after the balance pass. It's actually kind of part of the balance pass, so maybe they're a little overlap there. And the other the other three things I have are actions that ships are performing, idle ships alert, and um, captain. I have a captain. Oh yeah, the captain stuff, which I'm already working on the captain stuff. But all three of those things, I believe, will come a little bit later. I don't think we'll get through the entire 21 UI task before they get started, but it is not the right time to start those right now. Actually, for the captain thing, I should talk to you, Hans, about that after stand up sometime because you could start on getting the art and stuff. Okay, and that's everything that I have. Yes, that's everything I have.
All right.
Okay, Hans.
And did you choose me? Okay. So yesterday we did our morning planning, and then I focused predominantly on getting the SEO and the Google Analytics set up for the Ish website, as well as going in and cleaning up graphics, and then enabling the cookie warning disclaimer tracking bobber on the Ish website as well. So that stuff should all be done. Basically, the only thing left, I think, on that side at this point is waiting on the legal review of privacy, which has been handed off. Another potential emergent there is we may need to create a terms of service as well. But as of right now, I'm assuming not. So I have that. I reached out and did a couple follow-ups on contacts with people. Reached out to Chris from Green Ronin. He and I have been playing tag, but we're kind of on hold with them anyway, so it's not necessarily a big deal. But they're coming up on Gen Con, so his availability is going to be iffy. Followed up with Guy again. I think he is trying to figure out if there's a way he can make some work with us happen, but my guess is he's having a hard time because he's been a little radio silent. He's usually pretty quick, so we'll see. And then I sent a follow up with Chris, so I'm hoping to hear back. Chris from the concept art side, so I'm hoping to hear back from him today or tomorrow. Card wise, I went through and added details on all the cards that I am currently on. We have still the Discord stuff waiting and validate. We have in doing the sound stuff, which I talked about with Guy. The webmaster work is basically done. So I'm probably going to need to work with Carl to just validate that stuff. All that's left on it, I need to review access for other people on the team and then do an end of sprint review on the SEO that we turned on. The PR assets, I need to spend some time talking with Carl on these today. We're going to do that in our one-on-one. And then I also want to talk with you, Carl, on where we are with the UI pass from Tyson, because we're going to need to start chopping some of that stuff up and getting it arted for the work that George is doing. So I want to talk with you about where we are on that and bring up the file that I currently have. So.
Do you mean where we are from like what do I think of it, or where we are from like what is Tyson doing?
Both.
Yeah, I can absolutely answer the first. I am unlikely to be able to answer the second.
Okay. Even that will be helpful. So we'll talk about that. And then the playtest document, I kind of proposed a walkthrough. I haven't done anything with that yet, but both Will and Carl sound like they're on board with the steps. And I already talked about the contractor stuff. So I think that is it for me. I choose Will.
Yesterday I worked on random ship names, random captain names. I also made random place names, but I don't think we're going to use those yet. I don't know if we'll ever use them, but they were just in the database, so I added them. And hooked up all of those into events. I changed the event UI quite a bit to sort of get an idea about what Carl wanted out of them. I rewrote one event to match Carl's style, and then checked it over with Carl. And then I started working on energy with George, and I am continuing to work on energy or power or whatever it's called with George today. And I assume I'll probably be doing some other UI work today. Okay, so for my cards, I'm having a conversation with Brandon today about what the fuck the engineering video is going to be. I'm having a conversation with Brandon and George today about what we're going to do with the actions. I'm having a conversation with. Wait, no, that's it. Done. I only have 2 cards. Brandon.
Alright, so yesterday completed the video, headed off to Carl. It's uploaded now for Patreon. Did a bunch of writing about or on the website stuff. Just drafted up a quick thing for support and contact us, and then a press materials list based off of what other companies have in their press kit. And we have some of it. I think some of it is stuff that we can just use for the GBG stuff. The remainder will be mostly ish related material that we need to make. And then went over all of my cards and added checklists a la Carl, and then updated the ish marketing plan schedule to have a first pass of owners by channel. and who owns it and who's the secondary for that, with the idea of who's most familiar with the channel, as well as trying to disperse it across the team in a way that feels fair. So please take a look at that if you haven't, and let me know if you have any comments or questions. Oh wait,
I assume we'll go over that today somewhat in the marketing meeting.
yeah, exactly. Let's see. Today I'm going to step through the card for comms plan, and the edited messages to match the timeline for itch.io. So I'm going to be just dropping things into the ish marketing plan with a schedule and then a link to whatever text we need under that checklist. Assuming I have any time past that in the other meetings today, I'm going to start thinking about the faction stuff. But for now, I'm going to still focus on comms. Who has not gone yet? Carl, have you gone yet?
Nope.
Carl.
Okay. I actually prepared today, unlike the rest of my life. So yesterday I got the video from Brendan, waited to see if there was any feedback, which we basically, I think, didn't really get much besides, hey, looks good. So added that to Patreon and pushed Patreon live because it was an approval process that literally took a second. So unlike Discord, we are all live on Patreon. Obviously, I haven't pushed it out or anything, but it's live. It's approved. You can go to Patreon/ Ghostly Bear Games and go see it and watch my terrible video that I literally cannot stand watching anymore.
I find it amusing that every component for us to go live is basically ready to at least an 80% mark, except frickin' Discord, which I guess is at the 80%, but we're gated.
Yeah.
It's like,
Isn't
really?
it at the 99%?
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Blah, 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 blah. I updated the POV document a little bit yesterday based on some feedback and going back and forth with Will. Nothing crazy, just adding more detail to it as we discuss stuff. I got our YouTube completely up and running, so now a lot of the Twitch VODs are over on there as well, and I'm just cleaning them up from the copyright stuff with the music I play when stream is starting soon. We also don't need 15 minutes of stream starting soon on all those videos, so I'm trying to trim that out.
Thank you. I hate it when those are that way.
Yeah, I know. We need to on the YouTube stuff. The only thing I'm going to wait for today is I need Brandon to send me a screenshot of the video, the Patreon video, that he doesn't hate my expression and how I look, because I literally cannot judge that for myself. So I just need a screenshot that I can use to change into a cover.
Oh, you still want that and not the company logo?
Correct.
Okay.
I started working on faction definition stuff. I created a document. I added some stuff to the document last night. We had our brainstorm meeting. Today, I have a new standing desk that is over there that I'm going to be setting up, because it turns out that sitting all day is not great for me.
Cool.
And so I basically need to clean off my desk and move all that stuff over. But I didn't want to do that before stand-up in case I didn't get all the way through, because I am not good at organizing stuff. I get very demotivated, and so I stop. I have a one-on-one with Hans. I have marketing and design time. I have more faction work for that card. Let's see. For the cards that I have, for public development, I probably need to sync up with Hans, Brandon, and George just to make sure we know where we're at on the stuff that's still outstanding on that stuff or on that card. For the POV reference stuff, I sort of figure we're done with what we need to in that document for now, and then we'll just revise it as we continue to write events and see if we need to add more or there's more clarity that needs to be added there. So that's invalidate. Working on the faction card, probably sync with Brandon some on that today. And then the production show, I need to think about that and figure that out. And then whenever we get to implementing. I put in some checkbox stuff on what I think we should be doing for the making sure that people know factions are an important part of our game, and whenever Will or whoever gets to that stuff, I'll be ready to sync with them on it. That's my cards.
Very
Cool. Anything else we want to do this morning? Go over anything? Show off anything?
I could show the new ship UI.
Do it.
Although I kind of just broke it, which is great. So yeah, I totally just broke it. Lol, 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 lol.
Solid.
Let me get. Give me a moment. Although I don't think that the. How do I start this again? Well, I'll be coherent eventually.
Huh.
Dang it. Ship is valid, set visibility. Oh, that's why it's not plugged in. Okay.
What is that?
Okay, I'll show real quick where I am. I was fixing the hard points. For some reason I'm probably gonna crash when I try and share, but give me one second.
Yep, that's almost certainly true.
Nope.
Hey.
You know, it only crashes when I don't say I'm probably gonna crash. Discord's an asshole. So the new ship UI, this will eventually move to be convenient, but for right now it's fine over here. So it's grabbing the names. I broke the installations, but I can show you what they look like in here. So it will look like this. These little guys right here, and they have a couple of states. Like this is when you have an installation. This is when you can build one. And if you have an installation and it's not powered, it gets all mad at you. Oh no. And that's kind of where I am right now with that. Yeah, so Will, I'm using the get power unused or get used power and the get total power, and this is what I'm getting from every ship.
Excellent.
So,
Could you push it so I can start testing it?
sure thing.
And on that, can you? So we have installations and we have ship abilities. Can we do quickly just an overview of what is the difference between those two as I'm starting to think about
Sure.
how we're going to populate them?
So an installation is something that you do that changes your ship in some kind of way. So for example, a reactor gives your ship power. A jump drive allows it to jump.
Sure.
Housing lets you have higher population cap.
Sure.
Some installations will give you actual ship abilities that you need to manually use. For example, sensors.
Right, but so they're all the ship abilities themselves are going to. Are they universally emergent from the installations, or is there some other way? No, they're not.
There's other ways. Yeah, they can get abilities like from events and stuff. If an event gives your ship an ability, then that would populate in that list right there.
Okay.
Like what is it? The fungus or something?
Yeah, I think there's only one right now. The liphoric bacteria.
Okay, but there are potentially other methods than just installations that populate ship abilities.
We have implemented one. Yes.
Awesome. That's what I needed to know. Thank you.
Is the installation slots equal to hard points?
Yes.
Yes.
So like that ship there has 8 hard points.
Correct.
Okay.
And we will. I broke the code just now, but it was working before, where it would show you like if you have 5 hard points, regardless of how many installations you have, it would show 5 of these. 3 of them would be invisible. Then, if you had 3 of them as actual installations, it shows the button for it, and we'll eventually add icons for it as well.
Cool.
I think I'll probably. Will, what do you think about just making a data table of installation type to icon and using that?
Sure, or we could use the method that Ant used for abilities, where he put them in a folder and then loaded them by name.
Ah, okay. Okay, I'll do that one then.
I don't know exactly how it works. I didn't actually look into it, but he did something cool.
Okay, that sounds good. So the captain stuff and the faction stuff is ready to be added to the ships, um, both in the UI and I'm comfortable also just doing the code for that in the ships. So whenever you guys want to do the captain stuff, um, is there somebody who is actively working on that right now or not?
What do you mean by the captain stuff?
Like getting the pictures. We have the names already, which is fine. And then the factions. We need to at least get some rough
So
approximation of the factions.
I don't have a problem getting placeholder stuff for the pictures. I just need to know what the scope is here. So if we're doing random names, and there's a certain number of ships, I can come up with, you know, 3 or 4 images for each sort of pool or something along those lines that then we can load out of.
Sure. I think we have it here. So picture Carl's face 6 times,
Right.
and then faction. So those are the 2 things that are left for this card. I guess this card is in doing now then. I'll just put it there. So I am not blocked by, or sorry, I don't think this is blocked by anything. I would be blocked from implementing until this is done. But it's also not critical for, like, I can do this at the end of sprint if needed.
Right, but I mean, it's only block. It's not blocked in terms of you could create a junk file that has a name. Like functionally, you can make this work without those images. Those images just need to be populated at some point. Factions,
Yeah.
on the other hand, we actually need the faction definitions, and then you'll populate those, right? So
Yep.
I
Okay.
think it's the same thing.
I will need the pictures at some point because I'm going to have to pick from them. So I will have
Sure.
to at least make the code pick from them. So
Sure.
that part of the implementation is blocked until we have the
Mhm.
art. But I
do we
mean,
have any kind of, or do we have any kind of identifiers or anything like that that we're driving towards? Like, are we driving towards just a random mapping between name and picture? Are we driving towards gendered pictures? Are we like,
that
I
is a
have
great question. I have no idea.
okay, we need
I
to come up
have
with some method there.
okay, I have a gender and a language associated with names. So we are capable of doing that if we separate things by gender and or ethnicity, if that's a thing we want to do.
Okay. Yeah, we should talk
Carl,
about how we want to approach that. So that
I would say we do completely random on ethnicity and specific on gender, because I have a separation for people who are using cross gender names already, so we can just account for that.
So Carl, would you like to own the how do we attach pictures and names part of this card?
Sure.
Because I know you had things that you specifically with naming and what
Yeah,
the stuff that
I
will.
can lead the discussion on it.
Great.
cool.
Okay. So then that is a precursor to that. Faction stuff, it can come whenever. Brandon has, you're owning the faction stuff, right, Brandon? Not on this
Uh,
card, but I mean just in general.
I think Carl's owning that, or was I assigned to that?
Oh, I don't know. I knew it was both of you. I thought you were owning it, but if Carl, regardless, whoever owns it, once you guys are done with that
Carl owns it.
and have a rough sketch of the factions, let me know and we can put that into a naming pool and I can grab those as well.
Will we also need faction icons?
I think for right now, ships will just. Ooh, we're gonna have a faction icon.
No, that's what I'm asking. Do we
Long,
need to have
long,
faction?
Not yet.
yeah,
No.
long term we'd want them. I don't know
Oh.
that we're gonna have them anytime soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
trying to think through all the things I need for UI when I start working for George.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So game is coming along nicely. Does anyone have anything to show for outside of game?
we want to watch the Patreon video, we can watch the Patreon video.
I already watched. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
All right. Well, maybe we don't need to watch it.
Yeah, I think everything I've been doing has mostly been text twiddling. One other thing we did is we also synced up subscribers on Twitch. Hey, everybody out on Twitch, to the new Discord server. So if you are a subscriber, then you will be integrated into the patron group. So another piece of plumbing done.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
everyone else having a lot of trouble with Discord today?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so it's not my internet connection.
I don't think so. I've been having Discord like periodically decide I can't route video anymore. I'll try this server. I'll try this server. I'll try this server, and then it finally finds something. So I think they are having some issues.
No. I mean, I think, well, we've talked at various points about whether or not we want to have something else. So at some point we may just want to pull the trigger on that, because there's also situations with streaming where the way Discord does video is good but also bad, because there's a minimum size. So I can't like make everyone into a single row strip of videos, which makes it hard to like on the game. Like ideally when we're playing a game together, I could make everyone a strip at the bottom or something.
Right.
But I mean, perfect video layout is probably not the highest priority for how we do work.
No, not right now.
So,
I mean, like turning on Sakoko would be easy. I just don't know if it'll solve any of those problems for us.
yeah, I don't know that it solves any problems for us. I mean, it solves some of the like call and coordination stuff, which, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like that's been as much of a problem as it has been in the past. So I don't know. I don't know the best approach there. If anyone has ideas for Patreon posts to make, especially before we go live, so we have a little bit of a backlog of posts, either open to all or open specifically to patrons, let me know. I feel like if people have specific things that they think could be fun to do insights from a text-based post or an image-based post, we can do those things too. So.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all I got.
We're good?
I think. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. We made 30 minutes, so we're good.
It's like a slideshow.
The video?
I think.
Yeah, he's having some
Everything, video and
Discord
audio
issues.
for me is just like a slideshow right now.
Yeah, I know.
I get bits and pieces of it, and every now and then it comically speeds people up to chipmunk talking to catch back the video up.
Yikes.
Definitely release that one.
Uh-huh.
All right, folks. Have a good day, everybody.
Later,
Okay.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, stream.
Will,